What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. We back in these streets. We back in these streets. How about the Mavs, though? How about the Mavs, though? Yeah. How about the Mavs? 3-0. I'm sorry. I like pat myself on the shoulder sometimes. I can't lie. I do. I do. I can't lie. But when these playoffs first started, and we had to go against them Clippers, I knew that was our toughest opponent, right? Go through the back of my videos when we talked about the Clippers. I felt like the Clippers were our nemesis, much like the Cowboys when we played the Niners in the first round of 2021. I told myself if we could just get past them Niners, we could go to the Super Bowl because that's going to be our biggest opposition. I felt like the matchups would be better for the Cowboys in 2021 after we beat them Niners. We could go. I felt that. Just had to get past them Niners. You saw what happened, right? And I know obviously basketball NBA is different because it's not a one game series, it's a 7 game series, so it's a whole different thing. But teams can learn about you in those 7 game series. So that's why I think it's tougher too. Because if you're not a good team and you go to the playoffs and you have to play a 7 game series, you're gonna get exposed. You're gonna get exposed and you're gonna get put out. You're not gonna have luck every round. It's not gonna work. That's not how it works in basketball. You're not gonna get lucky every round. No, you're gonna have to be the better team. So if you're a team that got in because of playing or something like that, you're going to get exposed in those playoffs because the 7 game series, the team's going to learn your tendencies, going to know you, and then you're going to get put out. A 1 game series is totally different. But I'm gonna be get hyped about these Mavs because I knew if we play these Clippers and just get past them Clippers, I felt good. Now, I'll be honest with you. When Denver and OKC was battling for that number 1 seed, I was praying that Denver didn't get that number 1 seed because I didn't feel like they were the matchup for Dallas. I still think in my heart to this day that Denver would have beat Dallas. Minnesota was the matchup that Denver didn't want. And that's why they lost because it was a bad matchup for them, right? They were a good matchup, Denver for Dallas. I felt like that's a good matchup for Denver, and I felt like they could beat Dallas. But I felt like if Minnesota upset Denver, which I didn't think they were going to do, Dallas was going to beat them. So go back to the Clippers series. I felt we could get past some Clippers because as soon as the playoffs were announced and Denver was that number 1 seed, and then OKC took that number 1 seed, I was so happy because I said, okay, this is the draw that we want. This is the draw that the Mavs want. OKC being the number 1 seed, if we can get past these Clippers because they've been our nemesis, if we can get past them, we're beating OKC because we're a better team. We're better than them. They're not ready. I know we were better than them. That's why I called the upset on my Twitter. I said we beat these Clippers, and I said it was game 4 with DDP, Dallas Prospect. I said we get past these Clippers in game 4, and it wasn't even the series wasn't over. We're going to upset OKC because we're better than them. And you saw what happened. And during the OKC series, I said if we because I think it was, Minnesota jumped up 2-0 on Denver, and I think it was the 3-2. Denver came back and won 3 straight, and I said, okay, 3-2 Denver. I thought they were going to take the series because I just felt like their veteran, their leadership, Djokovic, Murray, I just felt like they were just too much. Minnesota came in and upset them. But I said, in that series when it was 3-2 Denver, I said, if Denver gets past Minnesota, they're going to beat Dallas. I just felt like Dallas don't have the matchup for that. They're not ready for that. But I said if Minnesota wins and they get Dallas, Dallas is beating Minnesota because they don't have it for us. And here we are, 3-0. One more game to the finals. Now, shout out. I am hurt in my heart right now because Derek Lively, I've been pumping him up. Once the Mavericks, I don't have the Twitter premium where I would just show my tweets. As soon as they drafted him, they had his pregame workout. That dude was spraying everything from 3-point range. You could see 7'2", the wingspan. I said, that's baby Tyson Chandler. As soon as they drafted him, I said, that's Tyson Chandler Jr. And Tyson Chandler has been his mentor. Obviously, he got hurt last night. We're praying for him. He's got a neck sprain. Those can be difficult. I said after that neck sprain, he will not play because the neck sprain gets worse after the initial hit. I looked up the neck sprain and it says after the initial hit, it actually gets worse the next couple of days, but then it gets to heal, then it becomes better. Usually, like after a week, you're good. So that's why it's important for the Mavs to go ahead and sweep Minnesota and get them out the building because that's more rest for Derek Lively. He's the key. Um, I never thought a rookie would be the key. We already know about Luka 33 last night. We already know about Kyrie over 30 last night. Both of them hitting over 30 last night. We know they're the two top closers in the game. We know the game. We know why they're there. We know why the Mavs are there. But that rook, Daniel Gafford, dog, I love you. But Derek Lively's different. I love them getting Gafford and PJ Washington. But Derek Lively is different. He's fluid. His basketball IQ is crazy. He went to Duke. He got a crazy basketball IQ, the athletic ability, the length, the size. He is going to be that guy I've been saying. Wait till we see him in about 2 or 3 years when he gets his offense together. Oh my God, he's a walking double double and getting about 2 blocks a game. What? And he's going to be shooting about 66% from the field. That man's going to be, whoo, golly. So it hurt my soul when I saw him go down with the neck sprain. Obviously, I just broke it down to you. So we need to go ahead and sweep them, get that win tomorrow, sweep them, let them get that rest, and let Lively. Because I made a post on my Twitter saying they can win it because they showed they can win it without it because I was nervous, but they showed, okay, they showed me they can win without him. But they're going to all but need him. And I showed this post from CBS Sports. They need him in that Boston series. They need him in the finals in that Boston. We need him. So as much rest as he can get, that's what you need. But what can you say, dog? I'm just geeked up. Uh, '06, they lost. 2011, we came back. Now we one step closer to it, and I'm just happy because Kyrie is the guy. Them trading for Kyrie changed the whole landscape of everything. It made them get more aggressive. It made them go get Gafford. It made them go get PJ Washington. It made them draft Derek Lively because now you got Kyrie Irving. Now you got a formidable duo, and you need to keep this squad together because you got two guys now that are the ultimate closers in the game, and now you just need to build around them, right? You got two stars. All you just need to build these great role players around them, and you here it is, and here we are right now. So I'm definitely geeked up about it. I'm excited. It feels so good. Me and DDP, we were just 2 years ago. We were frustrated with JaVale McGee and Dwight Powell, and the main thing we said, I wish we could go back to them shows. DDP, I hope you listen to this. The main show thing we said on Dallas Prospect that Luka needs a number two bona fide guy. He needs a bona fide guy. And we also said we need big man, athletic big man. Gosh, I need to pull up those damn shows, man. DDP, shout out to you. We were saying that same thing. Get us a number two scorer, get us some athletic big man, and we rolling. And what happens? Here we are. Now, as I end this show, I want to say a couple things here. Shout out to my homegirl Star. So, Star, hope Star don't get mad at me because this ain't no diss to you. This is nothing but respect to you. Me and Stargazer do our show. We didn't get to do our show last week, so she made this post and we had some good back and forth. Okay, Star made this post. She said Dak Prescott never had a team good enough to be carried in the postseason. He has to play great or we won't win, and he's played great and we still haven't won. QBs who had teams good enough to carry them in the post: Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy. Carry means that QB either didn't play well or didn't have to score much in the post to win the game. I jumped in the tweet and said, that's a whole lot, Star. Dak plays small. Just admit it. Star came back to me. I love Star. She said, Big, just admit it. You don't believe in Dak. Laugh out loud. Just say it. I won't call you a fake fan, a fake Cowboys fan, or a hater. You just don't believe he's it. And you think he won't win a Super Bowl here. And you hardly believe he will win anywhere else. Just say it, Big. And so I said, yeah. I told her that y'all be throwing pom poms. So basically, me and Star had some back and forth. But yes, I'm sorry, I don't. I don't believe in Dak Prescott in these playoffs. I'm sorry, I don't anymore. Um, I get tired of people always these Dak supporters, and I support Dak. I don't not support him. Understand? But now it's just like when Peyton Manning. When Peyton Manning was a number one overall pick and you were choking. Remember Peyton Manning? Oh, I hope y'all do, because remember Peyton Manning was a number one overall draft pick, right? And I said when you're a number one overall draft pick, you get more leeway when you keep continue to fail in playoffs, or your teams continue to fail in playoffs. Peyton Manning was a choke artist to me. Okay, he was one of the biggest choke artists to me. When Peyton Manning was at the University of Tennessee, what did Peyton Manning win? He didn't win nothing. He was choking all the time. Big games, choking. Came to the NFL. Yes, I mean he wasn't no supreme athlete. Wasn't no supreme athlete, but that man studied. He knew the game like no other, and that's why I feel like he was successful. He had marginal athletic ability, but his mental was on a whole different plane. He studied the game like no other, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why he was one of the best, and arguably one of the greatest in the game. But you can be all great as you want, but when you get to these playoffs, you keep choking. And that's what I felt about Peyton Manning. He was a choker to me. Just like John Elway. Until he got that run game, he was a choker, right? So I felt like Peyton Manning was a big time choker. And until he won, I wasn't going to give him his flowers like that, right? So I feel like this is the same thing with me. People can get frustrated with me. I totally understand it. People say I'm hating. No, it's just I've been here with Dak and I've had my doubts, from the very beginning, because I had my doubts about him throwing the ball. I can't sit there and lie and say that. All the off field stuff I knew was real. The leadership, the hard work, putting in work, all that. I knew that was there. But I wonder if it would translate to the field, because you can do all the great stuff off the field, but it's got to show on the field. Nobody, I don't think, is going to really continue to follow you if you continue to keep up coming up short, no matter how good of a leader you are off the field. It has to matter on the field too. And so I felt like in this situation, you know, um, 21, 22, and 23. I felt like, 2018, me and Mike White had our back and forth about it. And I felt like 2018 definitely could have been a year. And I felt like the defense did let him down in 2018, because I loved how Dak helped that team come back against Seattle, had the game winning drive, won the game, and he played very good in the Rams game. And if you look at my shows, I have always said that 2016 playoff game, I don't put on Dak because he was a rookie, and I really feel like he probably should have played Romo that game. 2018, I don't put that on Dak because the defense failed you in that 2018 game against the Rams, where they ran all over you, and you actually played very well in that game, and you played very well in those playoffs. But you're a rookie. I didn't expect that. That's just the facts. I've said this time and time again, like throughout my history with Dak Prescott. I've said that. But 2021, 2022, and 2023, no, I have a problem. I have a problem because 2021, the whole team failed, but Dak didn't play well. And that was a team that could have got to the. I said, if we just get past them Niners, we could go to the Super Bowl. It didn't happen. Then in 2022, yeah, you had that record breaking game against the Buccaneers, but I'm gonna keep it real. I don't feel like the Buccaneers were a good team, but you still had to slay that dragon of Tom Brady because he had owned us his whole career. So yes, going into Tampa Bay and beating them, that was huge. But let's be honest, that wasn't a Tampa Bay 2020 team that won the Super Bowl. That team was very marginal. Whether 8-9 or 9-8, they were barely a winning team, and they didn't have Bruce Arians. They had the other guys. You know what I mean? So I felt like we could definitely go in there and beat them. You know what I'm saying? I knew we could beat them. But our nemesis was San Francisco. And the defense played well enough in that San Francisco game in 2022 to win the Super Bowl. And Dak had an opportunity to have his moments. Yes, I know Tony Pollard went out. But when Tony Pollard went out in that game, isn't your quarterback, don't you say, okay, we lost to Tony Pollard. Yes, the offense is compromised. But these are the moments your quarterback got to make them plays. And then I keep on here, oh, it was the coordinator. Oh, it was this. It just, to me, in my opinion, there's always excuse for Dak Prescott. Okay? And I'm not giving the excuses no more. If y'all don't like that or hate on me for it, I don't know why. It's not me trying to diss the quarterback, I just don't believe. I've seen enough times to say, you got to show me now. I'm sorry. Okay. So, and yeah, I said, every time Dak throws a 400-yard game or 450, we showing all these stats. I don't care about Dak Prescott stats. I don't care if he throws for 5,000 yards. I don't care if he's a league MVP. I don't care about that. None of that matters now. All that matters to him is winning in these playoffs and getting to a chip. That's the only thing that matters with Dak now. And with these Cowboys, nobody cares about what y'all won in the regular season. Nobody cares about all the accolades and the passing yards and the rushing yards. Nobody cares about that anymore. It's about trying to get to a chip. You've been there 8 years now. So, yes, I have my doubts. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. And until he gets over that hump, I'm not. And I told Star the same thing. I don't believe it anymore. I'm sorry, I don't. And when we talk about this last 2023 game, everybody keeps blaming that defense. Yes, that defense played trash. Dak threw 2 interceptions in the first half. One for a return touchdown. One in his own territory inside the 20-yard line that led to points. That's 14 of the 28 points that was scored in the first half. But everybody wants to say it was the defense. And even in that first series, we saw Green Bay got the ball. They ran right down the field on our defense. Totally agree with everybody saying the defense was trash. You let the defense come in and run right down the field and score. But here's the thing. And I heard CeeDee Lamb on Michael Parsons' podcast where he said, we're the top ranked offense in the league, and the 49ers come right down the score and we get a 3 and out. That's what Lamb and them said. We get the ball and we go right in the 3 and out. And that's what you look at with these Cowboys. If a team comes right down the score on us, I instantly look at what kind of play calling is going to happen. Are we going to be conservative or not? And after that play, when Lamb missed that pass, I think it was both of them. Man, Lamb, you should have caught it, and Dak, you should have threw a better pass. Both of y'all were at fault, in my opinion. But the whole fact of the matter is, when that pass was missed, Lamb jumped up instantly and was pissed. Now, why are you mad? And he said it on the podcast, we're the top ranked offense in the league, and we get a 3 and out just like that. So who do you think he's talking about? And Lamb is never going to go out and diss Dak Prescott, because why would you? Why would you come out and throw your quarterback under the bus or say anything? Like, I get it. You boys, he ain't going to do that. You feel what I'm saying? But why did he get so mad when that pass happened? Why did he get so mad? Why did Mike McCarthy have to sit him down and talk to him? You feel me? Like, because he knew. If we as fans know this, why don't the players know? Oh boy, here we go. Maybe that's why they could have checked out, because they thought instantly, here we go. If we fans think this, why can't the players think that? Same thing. And why couldn't Lamb think that the first 3 and out? Oh my God, here we go. See, here we go. So I just want to tell you, Star, I appreciate you. It's good back and forth. It's never personal or anything like that. And I know she knows that we just have good back and forth. But no, as of right now, no, I do not believe Dak Prescott is taking us over the hump until I see it. And I told Star as well, if Dak Prescott this year comes out of nowhere and gets them over the hump, gets to a championship, gets them to a championship game, even to a Super Bowl, I will not be the guy that's saying, that's what I'm talking about, Dak. That's what I'm talking about, Dak. I knew you. I won't be that guy. That's fake and that's phony. I would just give him his flowers from afar and say, I didn't think he could do it. I didn't think Dak and this team could do it. And kudos to them for doing their damn thing. I won't hate, but I won't jump on the bandwagon either. That's not my style. So that's just, what I wanted to say about, the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. That's just my feelings about him. And that's the way it's going to stay until he gets over the hump. And if he does get over the hump, I'll give him his flowers from afar, because I won't jump on the bandwagon. Good game, James. I'm out. Peace.